Good morning, friends. On the yesterday's lecture, we studied about the cooperative banking structure in the economy, where we studied about the primary agriculture cooperative society, district central cooperative society, and state cooperative society. Those who are engaged into the agriculture and the rural development financial assistance. Okay, now we are going to study the next content, that is the multi-state cooperative bank. Many times when you walk by the road, you can see the number of multi-state cooperative bank are available on the in your city. In this lecture we are going to study what is the multi-state cooperative banking sector is all about, or you can say the multi-state cooperative society is all about. Okay, first of all, you have to understand what is the multi-state means those who are working into two or more states. Those having the license to work into the two or more than two states are called as a multi-states. That rule or the regulation passed in the 2002. In our slide we are going to study briefly. Okay, what is the multi-state cooperative bank? The multi-state cooperative bank with the object not confined in a one state and serving the interest of the member is more than one state for the social economic betterment of its member through the self-help and mutual aid in accordance with the cooperative principles. Multi-state cooperative bank is nothing but the cooperative bank, but they are working in a, or you can say they are working in a more than two state, like not like a PAX or DCC. PAX was working for the taluka level only, DCC was working for the district level only, but multi-state cooperative are working more than two states because the principles of the cooperative is very much followed by this bank, but the area of operation is wide as compared to the PAX and DCC. They worked into the more than two states. What is the license behind it? The main license behind it is to, what is the main policy, or which is the main object behind it, is the social economic betterment of its members through the self help. Whatever the members of that cooperative, multi-state cooperative society, the betterment of that people is the main object of the multi-state cooperative society, is through the self help and the mutual aid accordance. Okay, the next one is, what is the requirement if you want to start the multi-state cooperative? What is the requirement given by the regulation of 2002? One is the information of 50 members from each states of the two states is minimum. Kindly download regarding this information we have to study in brief into the next slide. Here like a PAX also, for the establishment of PAX only 10 members of that particular area is required, but for the multi-state cooperative you have to require the minimum information of the 50 members from both the states. You are working, you have a license to work in the more than two states, so you require the information of 50 members from each states. The proposed name of your multi-state cooperative society. Next one is तुमचे जे काही कोऑपरेटिव्ह सोसायटीचं तुम्ही नाव ठेवलेलं आहे ते नाव तिथं गरजेचं आहे अलॉंग विथ द 50 मेंबर्स ऑफ इच स्टेट. नेक्स्ट इज युअर एरिया ऑफ ऑपरेशन्स. युअर एरिया ऑफ ऑपरेशन्स means where you are working, the state's name means you are working in the Maharashtra and Karnataka, you are working in the Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. Where you are working, that should be mentioned on the proposal. What is the benefit, or why the license issued by the registered, or you can say the Reserve Bank of India under the guidance of government? Because in the multi-state cooperative, the more than the peoples who are engaged is more than of a two states, and the banking services provided by the multi-state cooperative is same like our other banking sector, like you can do the FD, that fixed deposits or recurring deposits, RD deposits are there, or you can say the loans which is provided by the banking sector is also available in this type of bank. Even with the help of multi-state cooperative bank, you can also do various transactions like money marketing or the financial work of the multi-state cooperative society. Whenever we think about the limit of the business of the multi-state cooperative bank, where the limit of the business in the multi-state cooperative bank is the 10 times of the subscribed share capital from the external sources. But the member, there is no restriction for the loan and deposit. Always remember, because when the license is given to you for working in the more than 2 states, then you should think about how to increase the business of the multi-state cooperative bank. It is the 10 times than the subscribed share. Okay, and the beneficiaries, like the members who get the credit facility from that particular bank, there is no restriction from the loan and deposits. What is the area of operations for the multi-state cooperative bank? The minimum number of the state is required is 2. If you are looking for the multi-state, minimum 2, maximum you can keep the more than 2 state, but each additional state require the 50 members detail of each states along with the address proof of the members. म्हणजे जर तुम्हाला 2 राज्यांपेक्षा जास्त राज्यांमध्ये सुद्धा तुमची ब्रांच चालू करायची असेल तर यू कॅन डू, पण त्याच्यासाठी तुम्हाला त्या राज्यातल्या किमान 50 मेंबरची तिथं गरज आहे विथ द ॲड्रेस प्रूफ ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर लोकॅलिटी. लक्षात घ्या, मला कर्नाटकमध्ये माझी ब्रांच ओपन करायला, मग कर्नाटकमधले माझ्याकडे 50 मेंबर विथ देअर ॲड्रेस प्रूफ फ्रॉम दॅट पर्टिक्युलर रिजन ओनली, हे तिथं गरजेचं आहे. नाव हू कॅन बी द मेंबर, कोण तिचा मेंबर बनू शकतो? जसं मी पॅक्सच्या बाबतीत सांगितलं, ओनली द ॲग्रिकल्चर ऑर द फार्मर कॅन बी द मेंबर ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर सोसायटी. तसंच इथं हू कॅन बी द मेंबर? ऑर्डिनरी पर्सन, ओके, यू अँड मी. Next is a nominal member. Next one is the corporate body also can be the member. Corporate body like private limited companies, public limited companies also be the nominal member. Okay, आता what is the difference between the nominal members and the ordinary members? You can see that ordinary member have the voting right when they are going to select their board of directors and the management. Those having the voting right are called as the ordinary member. On the other hand, nominal member is there who does not have the voting right. Now again we are going to study what is the multi-state cooperative bank history. That act is the consolidate and amend the law relating to the cooperative society with the object is not confined to the one state and serving the interest to the member of the more than 2 state. To facilitate the voluntary formation and democratic function of the cooperative as the people of institution is based upon the self-help and mutual help. Means all the principles of the cooperative is applied on the multi-state cooperative as well. It felt necessary for the various cooperative society and federation of the various cooperative societies such as well as the government in order to achieve the objective of the multi-state cooperative society bill was introduced in the parliament. These bills having been seen by both the house of the parliament and assent the president of the 3rd July 2002. So the statutory book of the multi-state cooperative act was formed in the act 2002. Now in this slide we are going to study what are the objective of multi-state cooperative banks. Okay, the first object is to facilitate the voluntary formation of the multi-state cooperative society in the country. Next one is to expand the area of operation. As you know, when we talk about the PACs and DCCs, it has a limited area, right? Means with the help of MSCS, means the multi-state cooperative societies, you can expand the area of operation of the society in more than one or more than 2 states. To ensure the society to carry out their activity on the principle of self-help and the mutual aid to promote the socio-economic upliftment. Means multi-state cooperative नुसतं ॲग्रिकल्चरलाच कर्ज देणार नाही आहे, तर इट इज वर्कड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सेल्फ हेल्प अँड म्युच्युअल एड. म्हणजे इथं तुम्हाला काय करायचं आहे, तर सेल्फ हेल्पवर सुद्धा काम करायचं आहे. म्हणजे नुसतंच ॲग्रिकल्चर नाही तर अनऑर्गनाइज सेक्टर जे काही आहे, छोटे छोटे वेंडर्स असू दे किंवा तुमचे ऑटो रिक्षा ड्रायव्हर्स असू दे, व्हेजिटेबल मर्चंट्स असू दे, यांना सुद्धा तिथं कर्ज प्रोव्हाइड करायची आहेत. टू प्रोव्हाइड द डेमोक्रेटिक फंक्शन ऑफ द सोसायटी गिविंग द राईट अँड ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी टू द मेंबर टू टेक द पार्ट of affair on the society. Means the democratic membership, as you know, when we study about the principles of the cooperative, democratic control was there. Everybody has a right to say, everybody has to right to choose their directors. Like same like that in the multi-state cooperative society also they have a democratic control. The next one is to provide the functional autonomy and management right to their members. Means their members having the functional autonomy. Now we are going to study what is the management for the society. what do you think about the management, the functions of the interim board? Because in the earlier slide we said that की मॅनेजमेंटच्या हातात त्यांना फुल ऑटोनॉमी दिलेली आहे. मग हु इज द पार्ट ऑफ द मॅनेजमेंट? तर फर्स्ट त्यांनी काय सांगितलं बघा, द बोर्ड कॉन्स्टिट्यूट बिफोर द रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ द सोसायटी इज नोन ॲज द इंटरिम board. That interim board of the society shall continue to hold the office until the regular board of the appointment of the first generation meeting of the society. म्हणजे जे काही तुमचं बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर इट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द बोर्ड मीटिंग. हु बी द बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स? जसं आपण पॅक्समध्ये बघितलेलं होतं, अमंग्स युअर मेंबर कॅन बी द बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स, आणि ते तुम्ही युनानिमसली चूज करायचं होतं, इलेक्ट करायचं होतं, निवडून द्यायचं होतं. मग व्हॉट अबाउट मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव्ह? द मेंबर ऑफ द सोसायटी शॅड इलेक्ट अमंग्स देमसेल्फ as a director of the society, and who is being the elected shall be the member of board. Same like a cooperative. लक्षात घ्या, कोऑपरेटिव्हचे जे रूल्स आहेत, रेग्युलेशन्स आहेत, ते सगळे इथं लागू होतात. इथं सुद्धा amongst you anybody can be elected as a directors, and the voting is given by the members of that particular society. The board shall consist of the such a number of the director as specified the bylaws. However, the maximum number of the director is to case shall exceed the 21. ओके. द नेक्स्ट वन इज मॅक्सिमम मेंबर्स ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स काय किती सांगितलेले आहेत, तर इट इज नॉट एक्सीड दॅन 21. अँड द लास्ट वन इज द फर्दर दॅट द बोर्ड मे co-opt 2 director in the addition to the 21 directors. The board of society can have the maximum 23 directors. यामध्ये लेडीज त्याचा मेंबर असला पाहिजेत, हेही तर कंपल्शन आहे बरं का मुलांना. आता हे जे काही बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स आहेत यामध्ये किमान 2 लेडीज असल्या पाहिजेत, हेही कंपल्शन आहे. SC STचा एक रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्ह असला पाहिजे, हेही कंपल्शन आहे. ते आपण पुढं बघणारच आहोत. परंतु वॉट एव्हर द डायरेक्टर्स यू आर इलेक्टेड ॲज अ मेंबर, द टेन्यूर ऑफ देम इज फॉर 5 years. इथं सांगितलं बघा, द टर्म ऑफ द office is elected, the member of the board shall be the 5 years from the date of election unless otherwise they stated the bylaws. The elected board member shall be continued to the hold office until the new board is appointed to take over the charge of the society. Now we have to focus on what is the function of that particular board. The board is elected by the people of the society themselves only. So the board shall have all such a power as may necessary for expended for the purpose of carrying out the function provided by the Act 2002. 2002च्या कायद्यामध्ये सगळं नमूद करून दिलेलं आहे की बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्सला कोणते कोणते फंक्शन्स आणि पॉवर्स आहेत. त्यामध्ये फर्स्ट आहे टू ॲडमिट द मेंबर ऑफ सोसायटी. मीन्स हिअर यू कॅन ॲडमिट द मेंबर्स, म्हणजे जे काही तुम्हाला मेंबरशिप आहे, किंवा इफ यू वॉन्ट टू बी द अकाउंट होल्डर of the particular society, then the permission is given by the board of directors only. Means the first power of them is, the first function is to admit the members of the society. The next one is to devise the strategy for achieving the organizational object. Means that board of director is responsible for achieving the organizational objective, whatever the said by the authority. Next one, to appoint and removal of chief executive officer and the employee of the society to decide the term of conditions of the employment. Next one is to place the annual report, annual financial statement, annual plan and budget to approval for the general meeting. Always remember, तुमचं फायनान्शियल कंडिशन जी काही आहे ती तुम्हाला तुमच्या जे काही अकाउंट होल्डर्स आहेत, जे काही मेंबर्स आहेत यांच्यासमोर तर रिव्हील करावीच लागते. म्हणून तर आपण ॲन्युअल फायनान्शियल स्टेटमेंट करतो आणि जनरल मिटिंगला हे सगळं तुम्ही तिथं मांडलं पाहिजे की हे बाबा प्रॉफिट अँड लॉस आहे, ही आमची जनरल हे जे काही आहे ते फायनान्शियल स्टेटमेंट आहे. मीन्स यू हॅव टू रिव्हील ऑल द फायनान्शियल history, or you can say all the financial progress of the particular society in front of their members. Next one is to consider the audit and compliances report in the place of the same before the general meeting. Audit is a compulsory. You are working in the banking sector, so the audit, these are the compulsions of a compulsory tools on the every banking sector. Next, to acquire and hold the dispose of immovable property. If you provide the loan and if it is converted into the bad debt, then the possession of that particular immovable property is under the hand of a board of directors. Okay. Next, to raise the fund from the members and to the sanction loan to the members. तुमच्याकडनं फंड गोळा करणे, तुमच्याकडनं डिपॉझिट्स गोळा करणे, त्यामुळं आपलं कॅपिटल वाढतं आणि तेच कॅपिटल ॲज अ लोन म्हणून तिथं प्रोव्हाइड केलं जातं. तर यामध्ये सुद्धा बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्सचा रोल असावा काहीतरी. नाही तर सगळंच काही तुम्ही एम्प्लॉईवर नाही ना टाकू शकत आहे की बाबा कस्टमर मिळवा किंवा काय. ॲज अ बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर म्हणून तुमची रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आहे की आपल्या सोसायटीचं तिथं आपल्याला फंडिंग वाढवता आलं पाहिजे. अँड द नेक्स्ट वन इज टू टेक सच अदर मेजर or to do such an act is may be the prescribed or the required under the MSCS Act by laws and may be the delegated by the general bodies. Means you have to follow all the rules and regulations which is given into the MSCS Act 2002चा जो मल्टीस्टेट कोऑपरेटिव्हचा एक सेपरेट ॲक्टच पास केला गेलेला आहे. त्याच्यानुसार तुम्हाला जे रूल्स आणि रेग्युलेशन्स दिलेले आहेत ते तुम्हाला तिथं फॉलो करायचे आहेत. The next important concept is all about the membership of society. Who can be the member of that particular society? When you study about the PAX DCCB, there was a compulsion of the farmers only. But what about the membership? The members means the person who joined the time of registration of the multi-state cooperative, include the person admitted the membership after the registration. What is the eligibility? Who will be the member? The first, an individual competent in to the contract, any multi-state cooperative society or the any cooperative society. एखादा इंडिव्हिज्युअल सुद्धा याचा पार्ट होऊ शकतो. एखादी दुसरी मल्टीस्टेट कोऑपरेटिव्ह बँक देखील तुमचा मेंबर होऊ शकते. दे कॅन ओपन देअर अकाउंट इन युअर बँक ऑल्सो. सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट अँड स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट इज ऑल्सो बी द पार्ट ऑफ युअर बँक. द नॅशनल कोऑपरेटिव्ह डेव्हलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन जे असतात, ज्याला तुम्ही NCDC म्हणता, इज ऑल्सो कॅन ओपन द अकाउंट. एनी अदर कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ द गव्हर्नमेंट कंपनी also can deal with you, and such a class or the classes or the person and the association or the person may be permitted by the central registered having the regard in the nature activity in the multi-state cooperative society. म्हणजे इथं नुसतं इंडिव्हिज्युअल हा कुठलाही असू दे, मग तो वेदर इट इज फार्मर और द बिलॉंग्स टू द अनऑर्गनाइज सेक्टर, ही कॅन बी द मेंबर ऑफ द पर्टिक्युलर society. Apart from that, the government institutions also be the part of the multi-state cooperative society. Is all about the multi-state cooperative society, the act which is passed into the 2002, and त्याच्यानुसार ह्या सगळ्या मल्टीस्टेट कोऑपरेटिव्ह बँक्स तुम्हाला काम करताना दिसतात. त्याचं फंक्शनिंग, त्याचे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स आपण ह्या लेक्चरला पाहिलेले आहेत. ऑन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर वी ऑल्सो फोकस्ड ऑन द पर्टिक्युलर एक्सप्लेनेशन. थँक्यू.